Holy quacker. That's a drop in it. I'm so cold.
3, 2, 1.
You are now watching Chad 76 Media.
Believe it or not, we are in the south of France. It is beautiful. Nice is just down the road. Cannes is not too far away. Saint-Tropez, Monaco. It is absolutely stunning, which is why we're in an underground car park. Because it is absolute biblical rain out there. And even despite having 1 or 2 drinks, I am not willing to stand out in the rain to tell you what I think of the new Ducati XDiavel.
So I'll give you some tech crap later. Let's go for a ride. That's the best way. What the hell is that thing? So the new XDiavel 2025. So the V4 Diavel turned up. When was that? A couple of years ago we rode that, and it went from V-twin to V4. And the XDiavel stayed V-twin, but now the XDiavel's up to V4. God, it's fast. It shares many similarities with the standard Diavel, but now we got feet further forward, more of a cruiser. I would say the Diavel's like a big Ducati Modster, and this is more like a standard cruiser, but we got 100 and just shy of 170 horsepower from the V4. Oh, it's really good. But compared to the Diavel, trying to talk and wind up this road is quite difficult. We got softer suspension, comfier seat, feet forward riding position, and it is bloody lovely. Look at this up here. So just playing with the modes. I could even have track ABS. I can have turn the traction off, turn the ABS off, change the power mode, even do the quick shifter. Let's go play with some of that. All this I have to do at a standstill. Ooh. Nice. Rear ABS is off. Let's try that. Power, no traction, off, off, off.
Now if you cast your mind back a few years, I rode the sister bike to this in, was it Dubai or Qatar? I kind of forget, I have so many holidays, it's unreal. But it was an exceptionally great test. The bike performed way above expectations. But what I think Ducati did is they moved the goalpost with the Diavel. What they did was make it like a mega monster or a big street fighter. It was way sportier than I thought it would be. Now, 2 years later, they've kind of given a similar tweak and similar design to the XDiavel. So we've gone from the V-twin to the V4. Which means a completely new engine, a new chassis, new ergonomics, new electronics, new styling, new suspension. Everything is completely new on the XDiavel. But what Ducati have done is they've moved it away from the Diavel because this is definitely a cruiser. So it's feet forward, bars a bit closer in, far comfier, different suspension, raked out front end, completely different chassis to the standard Diavel. They've essentially got the Diavel and the XDiavel and separated them like two naughty school children in a play class.
I mean, how good looking is that? That is one beautiful bike, but it is 25 grand. But it does look good. Let's go for a play. I wonder if it saved all the settings. So I switched everything off earlier. Oh, that's cool. Everything's already switched off. That is just... What cruiser can you do that on? Nice to have a bit of closed road just to have a bit of a play. Does you hear it? Can you hear it? That's it, running on 2 cylinders. 2 cylinders, and then at 4. You could like ride it quite quick or just use it 2 cylinders.
We've had the opportunity today to ride the bike on one of my favourite roads, Route Napoleon, here in the south of France. It's a route that I've ridden many times. So I've done quite a few miles on it so far. The rear deactivation of the back 2 cylinders means it's a twin below 4,000 RPM, which you can feel. So on the XDiavel it's really smooth and subtle, on this it's not, which Ducati say gives it a little bit more character and a little bit more soul and a little bit more vibration, and yeah, you can feel that. So when you accelerate and you're still on twin mode, you can feel it like brrr, it like feels like a twin and it vibrates a bit. But then if you give it a big handful and request a lot of torque, it then turns into a V4 and it really drives and really delivers. Comfort is excellent. They've improved the comfort over the previous model. You notice that over speed humps. So before you didn't have much travel in the rear and it felt like you kind of got jolted a little bit when you went over a speed hump, and this is much softer and much smoother and much more comfortable than the previous model. Well, that's how it feels. In terms of rider aids, it's a Ducati, so it's top end, it's what we expect. We've got 4 rider modes, we've got lean sensitive traction control, wheelie control, which you do need, a quick shifter up and down, launch control, cruise control. It's got every rider aid imaginable. It's sports bike level of rider aids in the cruiser market. The cornering ABS is exceptionally really good strong. You don't feel any intervention whatsoever. You can brake really deep into apexes, and with the traction and the wheelie control, if you switch them off, they stay off.
So we're going to try and ride it normal with the... So we're just on 2 cylinders now, which is the front 2, because the back 2 are deactivated at low RPM, and that's to save on heat and to save on fuel. And you can hear it. I don't know if you can, but it sounds completely different. But if you give it a big handful and request loads of torque, then it'll kick onto all 4 cylinders. So it depends how and where you ride. You can really, let's see if I can you hear it now? That's definitely 2, isn't it? This road is beautiful, by the way.
In terms of handling, it's a little slower steering than the standard XDiavel, as you'd expect, because we've got a slightly longer wheelbase and the rake is slightly out, but it still handles really well. Yes, you can make it tickle its pegs on the road, you can touch it on apexes, but if you compare it to other bikes in this segment, then it will run rings around any Harley, Indian or Triumph. It's lightweight handling, loads of ground clearance for this type of bike.
So we've got foot pegs in the kind of forward position. I think there's 3 different variations, but this is kind of a standard cruiser position. The bars are closest to the rider this year. We've got new clocks which are actually better than the XDiavel clocks. The XDiavel clocks have kind of got the old Street Fighter clocks, and we've got the Panigale-esque clocks. Switch gear and everything is simple, easy to use, nice fueling, really nice finish as well. The red though is a bit of a weird red. It's not what I would consider traditional Ducati red. It's much deeper, but the finish is beautiful. A bit windy up here.
In terms of getting on the power, in terms of traction and feel, there's lots of feel from that rear end. The rear tyre really gets put under strain. You can really feel it digging in and biting. I'm unsure how long a rear tyre would last in really warm conditions, because you're asking quite a lot from that rear tyre. And should you get a little bit carried away, you do have that lean sensitive traction control. It's really interesting to ride the bike because I think Ducati have really moved it away from the standard bike. It's still a cruiser, but it's a capable cruiser.
And then if I play with the clocks, this is quite nice. The power and torque readout. It's all really impressive. Cruise control I've got here on my left arm, that's standard. I'll double check. We've got no heated grips on this one. I kind of like the way Ducati have gone. We don't need heated grips on a big cruiser, but we do need a really smooth, fast quick shifter and auto blipper. It's just their way of thinking, it's their philosophy, it's their something a bit different. But it's mega comfy.
A big thing for me is comfort. What they've done with this bike is really increase the rear comfort. That's done via the rear suspension and the seat. On the previous bike, you would hit a speed hump or a big imperfection and you'd get like, it wasn't a painful jolt, but you'd definitely get like a little bit of a jolt, and you'd be like, you'd notice that you'd hit the speed hump. But this rides the speed humps really well, and the imperfections that we've had here in the south of France. But equally, the flip side, you can ride it sporty, you can ride it aggressively, and it's not wallowing, it's not sitting down in the power. You can attack corners and have some fun. It is a fun, enjoyable cruiser.
Like the old one, the XDiavel, would like go through the stroke and then it would bottom out a bit. Not bottom out, but you could feel it go stiffer in the stroke. So when you went over a speed hump and stuff like that, you really felt it, where I've not been doing that on this. Can you hear the difference now? Because it's gone to twin mode.
Compared to the competition, it's a real difficult one, because who are we comparing it to? Are we comparing it to Indian and Harley? If so, in terms of handling and power and brakes, then it would run rings around the American competition. Are we comparing it to the Triumph Rocket? That's got loads and loads of power and loads of grunt, but it's a lot heavier. So who is the competition? In terms of downside,
so as you can tell, the weather has turned, the rain's come in and we are soaked. So I wish we had the optional heated grips, but we don't. So I'm in touring mode, could go for the wet mode, but oh, it's grim. It's grim. It's cold. Oh, it's grim. Oh, it's cold. Oh, my feet are wet.
in terms of downside,
This is proper cold and grim now. We've got this rear deactivation of the rear two cylinders to keep save on fuel and to keep the back two cylinders cooler in warm climates, but I kind of wish we had all four cylinders just to put some heat into my crotch, which is basically a swimming pool of rainwater. And these roads, I mean, look at the petrol and diesel and shit. There is no grip whatsoever. None. Oh.
I put a few pictures on social media and it seems to be a little bit 50 on the looks. Some people love it, some people don't. Some people are a bit unsure about the kind of new red Ducati, and some people are unsure about the 4 exiting exhaust. And I can see that, and that's a personal choice. And price, in the UK, it's 26,000. That's a lot of money. But again, so is the competition. They're expensive, and you're buying Italian Exotica.
Yeah! Oh, tunnel might be warm and dry. Warmth, dry, stay.
Thoroughly enjoyable test. I love riding in this part of the world. I love riding the Ducati Cruiser. I'm looking forward to putting some more miles on the bike. I want to fit some accessories, I want to fit some luggage, I want to go touring, and I want to come back here when the weather is a little bit better. Thanks for watching. If you've got any technical questions, as usual, you want to know exactly what they've done to the rear suspension, or you want to know precisely what the weight is, then you know the drill. Fire some questions below, and I will see you on the next one, where we won't be in an underground car park. We'll be on a beach drinking cocktails in the sun. Thanks for watching.